So we're sitting here arguing over the chat room conspiracy about whether or not Cole actually did as well as he did, and the answer is, if you math, he did. But we missed the Roar back in 2015 to add this to the Roar Fuel Off-Road National Championships, and the way that they ended up doing 18 drivers that were, someone flamed out at the start. That may have been either Tater Sontag or Trykon Kuhns, unfortunately, is not going to make the start. But they had more than 14 drivers that made it. They were originally going to have people try to sign up for this, and then it turned out that there was going to be too many to try to do. Well, there are 16 of them, so they were going to try to do a B main and then only bump some of them, and finally they just said, go ahead, let's run them all based on their qualifying times anyway. So, Camden Lime out front in the HB Racing 817 Buggy. I believe he's running RC Concept engine and AKA tires.
Looks like Mason Fuller in that number 2 spot. Brennan Schimmel in the 3 spot. Kyle Phillipps in the 4 spot. Kody Watson in the 5. Valentine Jr. in the 6. Austin Wick in the 7. Spencer Heckert. Brandon Rose. And I thought CJ Jellin was in this.
Thought he was too.
Apparently he's not. Well, yeah,
Wow.
so's the TQ is CJ Jellin. But CJ making the final,
Oh, that's right. Yes, because he made the final, they had to pull him out of this race.
maybe. Okay.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Okay, fair enough. So Camden Lime leading the way here in this one. Mason Fuller in that number 2 spot. First and second battling out. Now, Mason Fuller, primarily a 10-scale off-road racer. And no turn marshal right there in that section.
Well, he was just getting somebody else that had done
Well,
nearly
there's
the
nobody
same
on that
thing, but
bucket.
flew further. He's just over.
Oh,
Yeah.
talking to his buddy. So Camden Lime out front, or was out front, and no, he's still out front. Mason Fuller was the one going upside down. Kyle Phillips, the number 2 spot. As I was saying, though, Mason Fuller now coming into the 8-scale world. Brennan Schimmel in that number 4 spot. Kody Watson in the 5. Valentine Jr. in the 6. Wick, Mackanick, Schumacher, Heckert, Karlovsky, Ward Jr., Vasan, Rose, Kuhns, and Sontag, your running order.
Lime, Fuller, Phipps, Schimmel, and Valentine Jr. the top 5. Valentine Jr. with a terrific start from 12th on the grid all the way up to 5th. Oh, and that contributed also to the fact that they decided to just go ahead and run everybody, because it would have been 17 drivers. But because CJ Jellin got pulled out of it. So Lime leading the way by 5.7 seconds over Mason Fuller. As we follow along here with the orange and yellow. This is Fuller in the 2nd spot. Coming up short on that right side double, and that's a long way for the turn marshal to go. Plus there's traffic. So that's going to cost Fuller a couple spots. Phillipps to the 2nd spot, and Schimmel the 3rd.
Camden Lime, he's been doing pretty well this weekend, and he was pretty excited when we talked to him about this the junior race. He seemed to be pretty pumped up about that, and the chance at the junior title. Kyle Phillips in that number 2 spot, Brennan Schimmel in the 3.
Yeah, Camden Lime was kind of saying that was his goal this weekend, was to win the junior race.
Yeah, really. Yeah, he said the rest of it was just kind of, whatever. But
Right.
His goal was to win the junior race, and, well, he's doing it right now. He's out front with a fast lap, too, of a 34.1. Kyle Phillips going to be 4.8 seconds back from him in 2nd, and Mason Fuller in that number 3 spot. .440 down, 25:20 to go. Valentine Jr. and Schumacher, your top 6. Heckert, Mackanick, Wick, Watson, Karlovsky, Donnie Ward Jr., Vasan, Kuhns, Sontag, and Rose. Your running order here in this one. We're looking at our leader right now, Camden Lime, as he's working his way around. Kyle Phillipps in that number 2 spot. Mason Fuller in the 3. These guys spreading out just a little bit right now. This is a 30-minute race. After this, we will be going into our final race of the weekend, the 1-hour Roar National Championship final for our 8-scale buggy class.
And I misspoke. Actually, Camden Lime, because he switched to HB Racing, is now running the Team Orion engine.
Oh, okay. So Camden Lime out front here, and this one's still holding fast lap at 34.1. Brennan Schimmel in that number 2 spot. Kyle Phillipps in the 3. Mason Fuller drops to the 4 now. Spencer Heckert in the 5. Ethan Mackanick in the 6. Anthony Schumacher, Watson, Valentine Jr., and a Wick. Your running order. Oh, trouble there. That was Mason Fuller going upside down. Mason Fuller in the yellow and orange TLR buggy. Worked his way up and over the catapult there, whipping it a little bit. Mason Fuller now has worked his way. A good battle between Kyle Phillipps and Fuller. Down the back section they go. Onto the back side of the track. Back around to the right side. And side by side down the front stretch. Now that is a battle for second and third. Mason Fuller looking for a way by Phillipps down. There it is right there. Phillipps goes really wide in that turn. Mason Fuller dives the inside, takes full advantage of that. And oh, Kyle Phillipps and Mason Fuller both upside down. So now the turn marshal gets him. Phillipps looked like the marshal holding on to that buggy a little extra time there. So Lime out front, Fuller, Phillipps 2 and 3, Schimmel in the 4, Heckert in the 5, Schumacher in the 6, Mackanick, Watson, Valentine Jr., Wick, Ward Jr., Karlovsky, Vasan, Kuhns, Rose, and Sontag. Your running order here in this one. Let's take a Savox instant replay of all that. And as you can see, here we go. As they jump up top, boom, right there. Phillipps landing right on that pipe, sends him into a spin. And in your top right side there, you see Mason Fuller upside down as well. So if they're coming back around now, Anthony Schumacher trying to put the pressure on Mason Fuller. 7:30 into this one. 7:30 down, 22:30 to go. So we're going to start seeing some pit stops here before too long out of these drivers. And as I say that, there comes Mason Fuller. Mason Fuller into the pits. It is amazing the talent that these young drivers have. Not even a lot of them at 15 and under. I think a couple of them might be 15, but not very many of them. A lot of them are much, much younger than that.
Oh, yeah, this is a really young field. It's been fun to watch. Out front, though, not very close. Here's Fuller in the orange and yellow. Very easy to spot that car anywhere. He's running about nice and easy through the whoop section. Picking up here with race leader Camden Lime, the Team Orion powered HP Racing buggy with AKA tires. Taking it easy over the ski jump there on the right-hand side. At this point, he knows he's way out front, so there's no reason to push it. Up and over the catapult double. Lime on a Sunday drive. Still lots of time left, 21 minutes to go. Owen Karlovsky down the 11th spot coming in for his first pit stop. Kyle Phillipps hasn't yet pitted, but he's off the track.
Camden Lime working his way around. Mason Fuller in the number 2 spot. Brennan Schimmel in the 3. Ethan Mackanick in the 4. Spencer Heckert in the 5. Schumacher, Watson, Wick, Valentine Jr., Ward Jr., Karlovsky, Vasan, Phillipps, Kuhns, Rose, and Sontag. So Camden Lime right now leading us out. As we talked about at the start of this race, his whole goal this weekend, he was hanging out with us here in the studio, and his whole goal was to come here and win this junior class final. And that is what he's doing right now. So he's getting the job done. If we look at our ProTech RC Speed Trap down the back straight, got some sweet camo shorts there, the left side of the screen. working their way around. There's Rose, 21-1. Vasan, 19-4. Here comes Kuhns with a 38-7. Woo! Sontag with a 23-2. Fuller, 25-4. Working our way back around right now, coming up on the 11-minute mark. It's Lime, Fuller, Mackanick, Schimmel, Schumacher, Heckert, Watson, Wick, Valentine Jr, Ward Jr, Karlovsky, Vasan, Kuhns, Rose, Sontag, and Phillipps. And I believe we are looking at, I think that is our leader right there, Camden Lime, the HB Racing driver running the Orion engines.
$11 minutes down and 19 minutes left. Still lots of time left. Camden Lime really kind of in a class of his own here, but he needs to avoid things like that in order to just have a serious problem. Could be a race ender.
Right now, Camden trying to put a lap on the entire field at this point. Ethan Mackanick in that number 2 spot. Mason Fuller in the 3. Anthony Schumacher in the 4. Spencer Heckert in the 5. Brennan Schimmel, Kody Watson, Michael Valentine Jr., Austin Wick, Donnie Ward Jr., Karlovsky, Vasan, Kuhns, Rose, Sontag, and Phillipps. So Kyle Phillipps was running up front early on in this one and is now off the track, unfortunately, here in our Junior Buggy A main. This is our 15 and under drivers. Coming up next will be our official 2017 Roar 8-Scale Off-Road Fuel Nationals 8-Scale Buggy Final, 60 minutes to crown our 2017 National Champion. Ty Tessman already taking the championship title in our truck class. And he's going to be starting on pole in the buggy class as well. However, we've got a lot of heavy hitters. I think with these track conditions, it's anybody's guess at this point. And there we see the battle right now between Heckert, Fuller, and Schumacher. Fuller in that yellow and orange TLR buggy. And a good battle right now. Three-way battle. Those nothing but carnage. Mason Fuller goes upside down. Another one on top of the staircase upside down. And I believe that might have been Schumacher. Have to wait and see when they come back around here. 13:30 down. 16:30 to go. Camden Lime right now out front. Killing it here in this one. Ethan Mackanick in the number 2 spot. Spencer Heckert in that 3 spot. $14 minutes down, 16 to go now. Looking at Mason Fuller right now as he's battling out with Kody Watson. Watson right there with him, and they're coming up on some drivers now as they work their way into the wave. Mason Fuller in the yellow and orange TLR buggy down the back stretch. On to the right-hand side, and Fuller diving to the inside. Good line for Fuller there. It looks like we got some drivers coming in for fuel. One of them being Kody Watson. So Watson in for fuel now. That's going to be Mason Fuller up into the number 5 spot. Everybody else kind of spreading themselves out just a little bit here in this one. See if we can't find our leader, Camden Lime. He is out front right now. Lime in the pits. Car number 1 is we go to our race day hobbies. Pit lane cam, and Camden Lime's pit time 7.9. There's Tater Sontag. Tater in and out of the pits. Tater running that number 15 spot right now. However, he's clicking off some pretty fast laps with a 34.3. So Tater trying to get it all together and move his way up through the ranks here in this one. $15.30 down, $14.30 to go here in this one. And there you see Mason Fuller coming in for fuel now, the TLR team drivers. In and out, that is his dad, Mike Fuller, there holding the car while one of the TLR members helping to pit him there. So Camden Lime out front, Spencer Heckert still in second, Anthony Schumacher in third. Top three really spread out here in this one. Fuller in the number 4 spot, Watson at the 5. And Ethan Mackanick, have not yet seen him come around as he was supposed to be in that 6th place spot. And he is dropping down now. So Brennan Schimmel works his way up. Oh, and Mason Fuller. There's Mason Fuller coming around now. And trouble there, I believe. That might be our leader. I think that is Camden Lime. Indeed it is. So Lime onto the right-hand side of the track he goes. Coming back around to the front side now. Camden with a rough lap on that one, a 39.9. And he's working his way up on Spencer Heckert, our 2nd place driver, trying to put a lap on him. Schumacher still in 2nd, Fuller in 3rd. Kody Watson in 4th. $17 minutes down, 13 to go. Camden Lime still out front here in this one. Fast lap of the race goes to Mason Fuller. Mason Fuller with a 32.3 on lap number 24. Going to give him that fast lap time. Lime, Heckert, Schumacher, Fuller, Watson, Schimmel, Mackanick, Wick, Valentine Jr., Ward Jr., Karlovsky, Kuhns, Rose, Vasan, Sontag, and Phillipps. As we're 19 minutes into this one now with 10 minutes and 55 seconds left to go. Looking at the Protect speed trap and going so fast they're pulling his shorts off. We head back to our regular camera. We are now following Camden Lime. So I tell you what, these youngsters, they have kind of set their own paces out there and spread themselves out just a little bit. As Camden Lime going to be out front leading the way. Nearly a lap ahead of Spencer Heckert. Mason Fuller in the number 3 spot. Schumacher in the 4 spot. Kody Watson in the 5. Brennan Schimmel in the 6. Austin Wick in the 7. Valentine Jr. in the 8. Donnie Ward Jr. in the 9. Ethan Mackanick in the 10. Brandon Rose in that 11. Trykon Kuhns in the 12. Owen Karlovsky in the 13, Sebastian Vasan in the 14, Tater Sontag in the number 15 spot. And unfortunately, Kyle Phillipps off the track here in this one. He was running up front too in our lead bunch. We're looking at our leader right now as he's working his way onto the right-hand side of the track, coming back around to the front side. Up and over the double, goes double, single, double. Back around, and good line right there for your leader. Your leader chooses to roll the staircase double there. Oh, I thought that was him that rolled it over. So now he's worked his way through traffic. Clear track ahead of him right now with 9 minutes, 25 seconds left to go for Camden Lime. And Camden joined us earlier in the broadcast. I believe that was yesterday, if not the day before. I'm losing track of days here. Camden joined us in here and did a little guest announcing. Gave me a break from the mic. I went and ate some dinner, and he did some announcing with Aaron. Then he came out and hung back with us again yesterday, along with Joe Bornhorst coming in and hanging out with us as well. Always kind of cool for those guys to be able to come in and hang out, check out the studio. So Lime still out front here in this one. Heckert in the number 2 spot, Mason Fuller in the 3 spot. Schumacher in for fuel right now. Schumacher with a 7-second pit stop. That's a pretty quick pit stop there for Schumacher. 8:30 left to go here in this one. And as I mentioned, no real close battles on the track right now. And it looks like maybe trouble for Ethan Mackanick, as Ethan looks to be dropping down in this one. Indeed, trouble for him. So that's going to move Tater Sontag up into the number 13 spot. There's your leader right there, working his way through the S section, coming into pit lane. Looking at the Race Day Hobbies pit lane cam. He is in and out there. You see, I believe that is Tyler Hooks with TLR. And Mike Sontag waiting for Tater to come in and pit. There's Mike Fuller. .720 left to go here in this one. Lime, Heckert, Fuller, Schumacher, Watson, Schimmel, Wick, Valentine Jr, Ward Jr, Rose, Kuhns, Karlovsky, Tater Sontag, Ethan Mackanick, Sebastian Vasan, and Kyle Phillipps. Your running order here. This one is winding down now. 6:45 left to go. Lime out front here. Heckert in the number 2 spot. Fuller in the 3 spot. .530 left to go here in this one. Still going to be Camden Lime, Spencer Heckert, Mason Fuller, Anthony Schumacher, Kody Watson, Schimmel, Wick, Warren Jr., Rose, Valentine Jr., Kuhns, Karlovsky, Sontag, Vasan, Mackanick, and Phillipps. Camden Lime out front. A dominating run here for Camden. Young HB racer. Spencer Heckert in that number 2 spot. Mason Fuller still in 3rd. No real close battles. The closest battle we have right now, Mason Fuller and Anthony Schumacher. Let's see if we can find them on the track. Mason Fuller in car number 2, Anthony Schumacher in car number 11. Those two drivers going to be our closest battle. That is for 3rd and 4th, that final podium position here in our junior class, as Mason Fuller just crossed the line. Now Schumacher has taken over that 3rd place spot as they work their way around. And somebody flaming out. That may have been Mason Fuller. That is Mason Fuller. So our 3rd place driver, was our 3rd place driver, is now flamed out. So tough luck for Mason Fuller on that one. So Fuller dropping to the back of the pack here in this one. Anthony Schumacher now works his way up into 3rd. Kody Watson into 4th. We'll see if we can get Fuller back going again. Camden Lime still out front. 3:45 left to go. So coming up very shortly following this race is going to be our hour-long Buggy final to crown the 2017 Royal Champion. Ty Tessman taking that win in the truck class, starting on pole in the Buggy class. We'll see if he can. "27 minutes down, 3 to go." With 2:10 left to go, we're following Anthony Schumacher right now in that number 3 spot. Through the staircase he goes. Schumacher getting caught up a bit there. Kody Watson the 4 spot. Austin Wick in the 5. 1:55 left to go here in this one. So right now, Camden Lime, he came here to this race with hopes to win the Junior A final, and he is well on his way. Well on his way to doing that right now. 1:20 left to go, and we are now looking at our leader right now, Camden Lime. His dad, Tim Lime, here this weekend as well. 1:15 to go down the back straight. Camden, the HB racing driver. Whipping it over the front jump there, trying to save it. Jumping to the infield. Good save right there. That's Bob Ingersoll, looks like. Do a little volunteer turn marshaling here for this one. Bob Ingersoll of Roar. "50 seconds left to go." So Camden going to cross the line and get one more after this one. Comes up short. Hard hit right there. Turn marshal, good turn marshal right there. There goes Lime on the left side. Trouble in the wave section now. So Lime struggled a little bit here on these final few laps. He's getting excited. He's getting pumped up with 28 seconds left to go. Here he comes around to the front side. Lime, this is going to be his last lap as he comes onto the left side. Wow. Car's hitting head on. Lime gets caught up in that. Oh, man, he's just got to stay out of this carnage right now with the lap traffic. It'd almost be worth just pulling over and letting him go by. There you see he drops down, does not jump that big double. 5 seconds left on that master clock. Camden Lime on his final lap as he's working his way around right now. Time has expired. Down the backstretch he goes now. Your 2017 Roar 8-scale off-road buggy national junior champion, Camden Lime. Lime taking a big win here in this one. Spencer Heckert taking second, and Anthony Schumacher coming around to round out your top three here for our 15 and under junior A final at the 2017 Roar 8-scale off-road fuel nationals here at State Line Raceway in Fremont, Indiana. Our live RC broadcast this week brought to you by Team Associated, Leadfinger Racing, Absolute Hobbies, a.k.a. and Live Time Scoring. Once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Coming up next is going to be our 60-minute A final to crown our 2017 8-scale buggy national champion. As the drivers make their way off the stand here from our junior class. A fantastic run right there. Camden Lime taking the win. Heckert second. Schumacher third. Watson, Wick, Fuller, Schimmel, Ward Jr., Rose, Kuhns, Sontag, Karlovsky, Valentine Jr., Vasan, Mackanick, and Phillipps.